Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Sofyan Amrabat, as it has been reported that Barca would have gone all out for Sofyan Amrabat if Messi could have joined Barcelona. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Ilkay Gundogan, as it has been reported that manager Xavi thinks of the Barca's latest recruit as a 4-in-1 player. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, endeavor to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's summer plans went through drastic changes when Lionel Messi decided to go to Inter Miami instead. If the Argentina international had come, the Blaugrana management would have approached the transfer window so differently. In this regard, report from Sport says that if Barca had signed Messi, Xavi would have wanted a more physical player in the defensive midfield role, and in that case, the team would have gone all out for the signing of Fiorentina's Sofyan Amrabat. But now that the World Cup winner has moved to Major League Soccer, the manager sees no point in signing a physically strong defensive midfielder. Instead, just like Sergio Busquets, he would rather have someone who is exceptionally on the ball. The aforementioned outlet claims that Barcelona kept the option of signing Amrabat open right until the very end, but the management had to dissolve the interest as Messi decided to move to United States instead. There was a feeling that Amrabat would have been a great signing, especially if Messi had joined, as Barca would need the legs and physicality in midfield to make up for the Argentines' lack of defensive effort. However, once Messi decided to move to Inter Miami, the Blaugrana decided against the pursuit of Sofyan Amrabat, who himself was in a hurry to clarify his own future. But with Ilkay Gundogan's arrival, Xavi is now looking for someone who can provide quality on the ball and solid distribution from the pivot position instead of physicality and force. Safe to say, the Barcelona squad with Messi in it would have been looking a tad bit different, but with Amrabat now ruled out as a target, Barcelona are looking at other options such as Dani Parejo, who has even been offered a 1+1 contract already. Of course, Barcelona's chase for a new defensive midfielder continues to make headlines. Sofyan Amrabat was one of those players that we were strongly linked with, and out of a sudden, Barcelona backed out from the race, and the player was in a hurry. Barca were wasting time, all because Barca had no plans to go for him again. And after all the talks of Sofyan Amrabat to Barca and so on and so forth, it looks now impossible. But now this report from Sport coming out recently claiming that had it been Messi could have joined Barcelona, Barca's approach to this transfer window could have been totally different, and I believe so. I actually believe so. They were saying that if Messi could have joined Barca instead of Inter Miami, Barca could have gone for a more physical DM, and Sofyan Amrabat fits the bill in that department. But now that things did not go as per plan, Xavi had already had his own plan B, that if Messi doesn't come, then they'll push strongly for players like Ilkay Gundogan in terms of Messi not coming, and also a new DM will not be a physical DM, but a DM who is technical and also having some good distribution abilities and qualities. So as it stands right now, when we're talking about potential DMs that will replace Busquets, Sofyan Amrabat's name have disappeared completely from that list. As currently the most talked about are players like Dani Parejo, Oriol Romeo, of course players like Brozovic, even though that one still looks so slim, as Saudi Arabia is calling his name as it stands. So Barcelona have very limited options, very limited, because if we see those players that we are currently linked with strongly are players that have already entered their 30s, where their respective clubs don't see it as a big deal, even if they depart. That's the level that Barca are now these days. I think it's very poor. But it all came because of something, the situation that we find ourselves in, It isn't Laporta's fault, neither is it the players' fault, neither is it Xavi's fault. But the system that this club was run under Bartomeu was a disgrace. And now we are suffering everything, every bit of it. Signing some players that they couldn't have ever joined Barca had it been the club was good and financially stable, was healthy financially. But we just have to do with what we have got. And of course, it was something really great that Barca won the La Liga last season without even signing top quality players that they were linked with. And Xavi took that team to win the La Liga trophy and the Super Cup, the Spanish Super Cup. I think it was a great season. So heading into new season, there are a lot of things that Barca needs to do if they want to compete in that same level or above that same level, which is very, very important. Of course, when Busquets announced that he won't renew his contract, it was imperative for the club to start searching for a new DM ASAP. But it's still something that up to now, Barca haven't gotten their hands on anyone. And of course, they are still beating around the bush to see who might come. And of course, as I said earlier, the players are already in their twilight of their career. As Dani Parejo, for instance, is 34, Oriol Romeo is 31, Brozovic is 30. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, one of the biggest priorities for Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez heading into the summer was to sign a new interior midfielder who can provide a team with more creativity and goals from the center, especially in the absence of Pedri. And Barcelona went hard for the signing of Ilkay Gundogan, eventually succeeding in securing his services on a free transfer, with the official confirmation arriving on Monday morning. The 32-year-old German international had interest from Arsenal and Saudi Arabia, while Manchester City were also trying hard to sign him or to renew him, but in the end, it was Barca who came out on top and landed their target. Now, as per Mundo Deportivo, Xavi is very pleased with Barca's signing of Gundogan, as he sees the German ace as a 4-in-1 player. The Barcelona head coach believes that the midfielder's arrival provides him with greater quality, experience, leadership, and tactical flexibility on the pitch. Gundogan is a player who is versatile in nature and can play as an interior midfielder on the right or left. In time of need, the 32-year-old is also capable of filling in as a pivot midfielder, while the veteran star could also be used as a false winger, making him a 4-in-1 player in Xavi's eyes. The manager already has some plans as to how he wants to use Ilkay Gundogan, with the idea of being to field him higher up the pitch so that he can operate close to ace goal scorer Robert Lewandowski. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.